welcome back to Rating the List, where we review, discuss, and reimagine popular movie lists objectively. We're your hosts. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad. And in this episode, we'll be continuing on with our holiday top 10 list. And this episode, we are exploring number 7, Bad Santa.
Number 7, Bad Santa, directed by Terry Zwigoff, released in 2003, starring Billy Bob Thornton and Tony Cox. The IMDb plot for this movie is: a miserable con man and his partner pose as Santa and his little helper to rob department stores on Christmas Eve, but they run into problems when the con man befriends a troubled kid.
This is not your grandparents' Christmas movie.
Yes, this is not a, Christmas magic, like the kids are seeing Santa. No.
This guy, he is, he's a lifelong criminal. He drinks way too much. He smokes. He has a bad attitude. He doesn't like anyone. He really, really detests his, job as Santa. But this is the time of year when they pretty much make all their money. Mm-hmm. So basically, him and the Tony Cox character, and Tony Cox is kind of the brains of the operation. He's the one who plays one of the elves. So they kind of team up. Billy Bob Thornton's character is a safecracker. So they basically they work at different department stores every year. It's like in and around. I'm not sure if they're always in the same area, but this particular one, they're like somewhere in the Phoenix area, I think. Mm-hmm. So they work at different department stores, and they basically rob them blind.
Yeah.
Because they've got access to the. Basically, what they do is Tony Cox's character, because he's a little person, he hides in the store.
Yeah.
And once the security guard...
it's pretty ingenious. It's
pretty ingenious. Once the security guard sets the alarm, he, comes out of his hiding place and he cancels the alarm. So the alarm is down, and they basically rob stuff. They take, money out of the safe. That's kind of the grand finale. They take the safe at the end, but before that, they're taking merchandise and stuff like that. And
yeah. It's kind of a heist
sort of
movie.
A little bit.
It's not for children.
No.
It's pretty crass, I think.
Yeah, it's a little bit dated from the aspect of, he uses the R word a lot.
The R word.
Really? Oh,
yes, he does use the R word a lot.
Like a ton. It's
yeah.
Probably, it's like his favorite word.
This is not really my favorite movie. I haven't seen it in a really long time. We watched it the other night, and that's probably the last time I'll venture out to watch it. It's really not my cup of tea.
It's kind of my cup of tea.
It's actually Brad's cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea.
It really is my cup of tea. I love, surly characters.
Well, he's not really surly. He's just very unlikable. Well, he has no redeeming qualities about him at all.
That's the point. He doesn't do anything to redeem himself until the very end.
He doesn't even really redeem himself.
But the whole thing, he gets caught because he could have easily gotten away. He got caught because he wants to make sure the kid gets his dinosaur.
Okay. Elephant, by the way.
I thought it was a dinosaur.
No, it's an elephant.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I couldn't get behind him. I just really did not like him.
You're not supposed
I know, I understand that, but it was such a it's just not my cup of tea. That's me.
The whole thing behind it is he through the kid, he starts and what's her name? Lauren Graham's character. Mm-hmm. He kind of learns that, there are people out there that actually like him for who he is, and, that there's things to life. Because, he just doesn't want to, keep going. He's a drunk, and he's having a rough time, and it's, there's a lot going on. There's just, I mean,
there are some super funny moments.
oh yeah, for sure. There's a lot
some
of really
super funny moments. As a whole, I just don't really enjoy it, but I could see its appeal to other people. Yeah, there's certain parts. What's her name? Cloris Leachman.
Oh, she's great.
She plays the little boy's grandma that he lives with, and she's so like she's totally out of it.
She's completely out of it.
And like every time she realizes somebody's around, she's like, "I'll make sandwiches," and she's like making sandwiches for everybody, and she has no idea who these people are.
Like he's staying at her house.
Yeah,
and
she doesn't even care.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's funny. It was cool to see John Ritter.
Yeah, it's his last movie.
Yeah, so John Ritter played the store manager, and so he had kind of a small role, but it was good to see his face.
Yeah, he became really good friends with Billy Bob Thornton when they did Sling Blade.
Okay.
So I think it's just one of those things where it was like, hey, you want to be in this movie? Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, okay.
What's his name?
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac, another unfortunate person who's passed away.
Yeah.
I think Tony Cox has actually passed away too.
Has he?
I think so.
I should have looked it up.
Little people tend to have a lot of health problems and they don't live really long.
That's
so
too bad.
Anyway, Bernie Mac plays like the mall security.
He's great.
He's fantastic in this movie, and kind of like he figures out what they're doing, and then he kind of like involves himself into what they're doing, and how it turns out is kind of funny.
Yeah, and Lauren Graham's in it from Gilmore Girls. It's Lorelai Gilmore. She's good. I think she filmed this at the same time she was doing Gilmore Girls.
If it was like right in the early seasons, because this was like 2003, right?
Yeah. So.
Yeah. So yeah, she's kind of like she has like a thing for Santa.
Yeah, she has a thing for Santa. So she's like a bartender.
She's a bartender and she has a thing for Santa, so she's like into him.
Yeah.
And like, whenever they have sex, he's like, like basically like in costume. So.
Yes. So.
Yeah, there's the famous, fuck me Santa.
They didn't say it.
We watched it with the commercials.
Oh, so we were like watching it on TBS or something.
Yeah, we saw like a network version, but that's just such a great line from that movie. It's hysterical.
So yeah, if you're into that kind of stuff, you may want to check it out if you haven't done so already. Yeah, this movie's been out for a while, but anyway, do you have anything else to add?
No, it's I was really kind of surprised it made the list. It made a lot of lists. A lot of people really enjoy this. What I have noticed in like a lot of these lists is, we were kind of talking about this, is, the all-time kind of schmaltzy classics really kind of got pushed by the wayside in most lists. A lot of them made the list, but they were very, very low on the list. Yeah. It just tends to, as, a modern audience doesn't really appreciate those kinds of really like Norman Rockwell-esque kinds of stories.
And it's so weird how it's like a different schmaltzy than like the Hallmark Channel movies.
It really is. It's
so weird.
It's really its own thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, if you have any comments, if you want to talk about Bad Santa, please leave a comment on our YouTube. If you'd like to email us directly, please email us at ratingthelist@gmail.com. But for now, that was our number 7. Stay tuned for number 6. And we'll see you next time. I'm Jerry.
And I'm Brad.
And we're rating the list. Thanks. All right, number 7, Bad Santa, directed by Terry Zwigoff.
It's Zwigoff.
Zwigoff, okay. Number 7, Bad Santa, directed by Terry Zwigoff. Is that right?
Zwigoff.
Zwigoff.
Come on, Stewie, you can pull this off.
Zwigoff. Okay.
Zwigoff.
Zwigoff. Okay.
Zwigoff.
Number 7, Bad Santa, directed by Terry Zwigoff.
Zwigoff. It's a Z. Zwigoff. Zwigoff.
You're a fucking Zwagoff. Okay.